Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Suddards. I'm the CEO of Aptitude Software, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by Georg Glantschnig. He's the VP of Dynamics 365 for Finance. And today we're going to be talking about how we're equipping CFOs to really drive transformation inside their organizations. We know you did some research recently, so we'd love to hear some of what your findings were.
It was interesting to see that, these leading organizations, they are trying to strike a balance between, speed of business, risk mitigations, cost reductions, growth acceleration, human inventions, and AI. And I think this study really showed that finance teams are facing, calls to innovate from every direction within the organization. And I think CFOs becoming more and more influential, specifically companies who are, really taking digital transformation seriously because they want to see real outcomes, a real impact. And I would say that's where CFOs can really help. And for me, digital transformation is nothing you do overnight. It's like, done it and that's it. It's a continuous, basically process. And, you really need basically a platform, where you can innovate, where you can solve very complex problems, bring data silos together, and basically enable enterprise decision-making. And as automation is one of the 3 A's of finance innovation, I really strongly believe in. As we talk about automation, analytics, and artificial intelligence, so the 3 A's of innovation, I think it's critical for finance organizations, to do this transition into a more strategic role. And, if you say yes to strategic decision-making, if you say yes to owning business model innovation and all the cool stuff we just talked about, you also have to say no to something because a day, unfortunately, only has 24 hours. So I think customers have to say no to tedious, manual, error-prone processes.
With AI, of course, that completely changes the game because the volume at which you can do that and also the output just goes up exponentially. For me, that real-time data becomes a reality. And it also means that the decisions that businesses can take can literally be in the moment.
I think now using AI based on the platform we're providing, you can spend 80% of your time really thinking about how we'll drive business innovation in finance and basically really rethink how business operations works. And speaking of business value, I think a good example, as you mentioned, is the accounting hub of Aptitude. And by integrating finance, with Aptitude, FinApps, I think our joint customers, they can now adapt real-time processing, to reduce time to close, to get better financial analytics, or just improve, compliance. I think it's a huge game changer.
We're thrilled to become an ISV Connect partner last year, and we've got incredible value, both engaging with Microsoft, but also making sure those integrations happen really quickly. But obviously, because we're working with joint clients and joint prospects. Can you talk about some of the reasons why Microsoft selected Aptitude, particularly as an ISV Connect partner, and the sort of joint benefits we should expect to both be able to deliver to our clients?
And absolutely. So I think one of the main differentiations we have is our unique ERP marketplace for ISV solutions. I think, I haven't done the research, but I claim it's the biggest ERP marketplace out there. And I think it's a very compelling offer for, our customers because they will find a solution almost for every situation. And they're not now depending on the speed of our innovation. They're depending on the speed basically of, the platform we provide and all the basically partners we have on top. So, and in this context, selecting Aptitude as an ISV Connect partner, I think was a very smart decision. Our global large customers, hoping to consolidate everything into one single system, I think is a dream. And I think it might stay a dream forever because, these companies, they invest, they divest, they merge, they acquire. So I think what they need is an affordable way of connecting data from across, different ledgers to sub-ledgers and to create this consolidated financial reporting, to being compliant, insightful. So I think the technology integration with Aptitude, will provide Microsoft customers, basically with this consolidation view, the single source of truth for financial data, accelerating what we talked about, the close process, improve compliance, enhance audit control. So I think with one cohesive solution, I think we will turn complexity of finance digitalization into, I think, an opportunity to achieve more with less through, more connected financial data, process simplicity and centralized government. So I think this is a very compelling value proposition, and I assume you would agree with that.